Laura Loomer and Marjorie Taylor Greene are in a full-blown catfight. And the only reason I bring this to your attention is because Laura Loomer is advising Donald Trump. She has his ear. So I want to start with her attack on Marjorie Taylor Greene. She says, because Marjorie Taylor Greene spoke up in support of releasing the Epstein files for the victims, which even a broken clock can tell time twice a day. And Laura Loomer says, I've been telling everyone for years that Representative MTG is a Trump hater. Today, I was vindicated. I've had to deal with this nasty bitch lying about me and pretending to be pro-Trump for years. Well, I have been warning everyone, MTG is and always has been a Trump hater. I told you. Laura Loomer, do you hate women so much that you have no empathy for victims of sexual abuse and trafficking as children? Is that who you are? And of course, the resounding answer is yes. But this is why she's so mad at Trump. And this, I am not a Marjorie Taylor Greene fan, full stop. But listen to what she says here, because again, even a crazy person has moments of sanity.
All of the fault belongs to the evil people that do these things to the innocent. This is the most important fight we can wage here in Congress, is fighting for innocent people that never receive justice. And the women behind me have never received justice. And do you want to know why? It's because Jeffrey Epstein somehow was able to walk among the most rich, powerful people, not only in America, but foreign countries. Yesterday, I heard countries like Saudi Arabia, Russia, and even Israel, and other countries. The truth needs to come out, and the government holds the truth. The cases that are sealed hold the truth. Jeffrey Epstein's estate holds the truth. The FBI, the DOJ, and the CIA holds the truth. And the truth we are demanding come out on behalf of these women, but also as a strong message to every innocent child, teenager, woman, and man that is being held captive in abuse. This should never happen in America, and it should never be a political issue that divides us.
Okay, this is something that I flagged a couple weeks ago, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is playing a long game. Laura Loomer is in porn, they call it a fluffer. The penis erect.
Yes.
Trump is surrounded by a lot of fluffers that are just keeping it erect for the rest of this term. And he's a senior citizen. He's 1 million years old, the cankles, the congestive heart failure, etc. The terrifying thing here, you guys, is Marjorie Taylor Greene is a lot savvier and more ambitious than I realized when she started. And she is speaking with clarity about Israel. And she has a sign on her door, no foreign lobbyists allowed. And she is saddled up here with moral clarity with all of the Epstein survivors behind her, joining in with Democrats. And don't be fooled for a second. Even assholes have moments of clarity. But this moment of clarity is shrouded in higher ambitions, in my opinion, because there's another clip of her that was on the internet yesterday where she is talking to a guy that's deep in the MAGA cult, some podcaster, I can't even remember his name. And they're talking about, we're the party that cares about children. We're the ones who don't want 3-year-olds getting hormones. And so the thing is, they always fault back on this trans issue. And it's a lie. 3-year-olds are not receiving hormones. That just simply is not happening anywhere at any time. Marjorie Taylor Greene cherry picks who she cares about and which human rights she cares about. She's never really spoken out about these Ukrainian kids that are getting kidnapped and killed by Vladimir Putin. She doesn't really care about gay kids getting bullied by their governments, especially in our state of Oklahoma. She doesn't really care about immigrant kids whose moms and dads are getting kidnapped by people with masks on. She didn't care about the child separation. So don't be lured in to this. We need to be clear-eyed. But the messaging here for me, Pumps, is the Democrats need to take note. when she's getting the sound clips and her clips are getting more play than yours are, we have a big fucking problem within the Democratic Party because her intentions are grifty. And she's playing a long game, and she hangs out with Steve Bannon, who is a political strategist, and he is viewing what does the MAGA movement do after Kanks dies. And that's what I read into this more.
Yeah, there's a lot of selfishness in this. But I go back to, Marjorie Taylor Greene is anti-Israel, not because Gaza children are dying, not because it's an ethnic cleansing and a genocide, but because she wants to do America first. So the way she arrives at her decisions.
And she's an anti-Semite.
But the thing
she's anti-Semite, a Jew hater. She is a Jew hater. Her perceived clarity on that is rooted in her hatred of Jewish people, which the majority of anti-Semites are in the MAGA movement.
MAGA. That's absolutely right. But the thing about it is like you said, she's creating a space for herself that nobody would have ever put her in when she was Jewish, space lasering and all that.
This ad is brought to you by Vive Healthcare, the makers of Apertude, Cabotegravir.
You never skip your SPF, and you carry hand sanitizer like an accessory, but what are you doing for HIV prevention? One way to help protect yourself from HIV is Apertude, a prescription medicine used to reduce the risk of getting HIV in adults and adolescents weighing at least 77 pounds.
You must be HIV negative to receive Apertude and get tested before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your doctor right away. More HIV testing may be needed. Apertude does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex to reduce your risk. Get Apertude as scheduled. Missing doses increases your HIV risk. Don't take Apertude if allergic to it or taking certain medicines that may interact. Tell your doctor about your medical conditions, liver problems, and mental health. Serious side effects include allergic reactions or rash, liver problems, and depression. If these occur, get medical help right away. The most common side effect is injection site reaction. Bring your A game and talk to your doctor. Learn more at apertude.com or call 1-888-240-0340.
So then, okay, I want to see if you can find a tell in this tweet I'm about to read you. Okay. So then Laura Loomer's response is, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie teamed up with Me Too attorney Gloria Allred at the Epstein press conference, a calculated effort to smear President Trump and falsely suggesting he's protecting Jeffrey Epstein. First of all, there's no proof Gloria Allred was there, but that's not the point. MTG is a fraud and a phony and a two-faced bitch who used Trump to advance her career. Now that she can't run for U.S. Senate or governor of Georgia with Trump's endorsement, she's lashing out, trying to pretend like Trump is a pedophile. Representative Massie and MTG plan failed miserably today when victims confirmed they never saw or heard anything of Trump involved in any inappropriate or illegal activities and said the only lists that ever existed are lists in their heads. Massie and MTG's press conference was pure political theater, blah, blah, blah. MTG and Massie need to be shunned by MAGA forever. I cannot wait until Trump sees this. MTG just killed her career forever. Do you remember in MTG what she said? Did she ever say Trump is a pedophile?
No.
Okay, so here, I think this is a tell. Put that back up, Kylie. She's lashing out, trying to pretend like Trump is a pedophile. That, to me, ladies and gentlemen, is a Freudian slip. Because obviously, if you're fighting this hard to keep this information secret and private, he's in the files.
We know that Trump doesn't have a problem with abusing underage girls because he said on Howard Stern that 12 was as young as he goes. So that means 13 and over is free game for him. And further, he said that he loves walking into the changing rooms, the dressing rooms of Miss Teen USA, and he can do so because he owns the pageant and they're standing there fully butt naked, and he can do it because he's inspecting them. because he's inspecting his pageant. So, of course, Trump has no problem with this. Of course, he was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein. This, to me, is, again, we have Laura Loomer playing a coddler, a fluffer. She has to keep Trump hard through till he drops dead. And then Marjorie Taylor Greene has ambitions beyond MAGA. Steve Bannon has told her, listen, when he dies, this whole thing falls apart. Start separating yourself from the pack. And that's what she's doing. But Loomer's power is consolidated in being Trump's unofficial advisor, which is terrifying. But she wields a big stick with him because she goes hard in the paint for him. She fluffs that cock like nobody's business. She does. It's
not an easy job.
She keeps him hard and she keeps the base hard. And I know that's graphic, but that's the parallel comparison with how morally depraved these people are.
Yes.
No disrespect to sex workers, but I mean, that's just, to me, this is the shit that MAGA gets embroiled in. And as people that are watching this, that are trying to get beyond this fascist movement, let's know what they are in the moments.
Absolutely. And incidentally, you bring up Steve Bannon and Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was on his podcast yesterday talking about the exact same thing she talked about in front of the Capitol. So I 100% agree with you on that. But one more just quick reminder, Laura Loomer is advising the president of the United States, you guys. Axios reports top Democrat says Intel visit canceled after Laura Loomer attacked him online. This is terrifying. This is a sitting U.S. senator that was denied access to Intel because Laura Loomer didn't like him.
Here's the thing. Americans voted for that. Laura Loomer was on Trump Force One on the way to the debate with Kamala Harris and told Trump, you need to say live on national television that Haitian immigrants are stealing and kidnapping people's dogs and cats. And he, like a good demented soldier, stood on national television, said they're eating the dogs, they're eating the cats. It was immediately reported that this was said at the advice of Laura Loomer, a known conspiracy theorist, and 77 million Americans voted for him. You voted for this, MAGA. They voted for this. They like that Democratic senators are being admonished and turned away. They like this. MAGA voted for this. They voted for every single bit of this. All of this was there.
You're absolutely right. They certainly did. Okay, please support our show by liking and subscribing this video. And for the IT book of the summer, or no,
fall.
The IT book
It was the hottest book of the summer, and now it's the IT book of the fall.
Right. Life is a Lazy Susan of Shit Sandwiches, available wherever you get books, podcasts. I'm sorry.
Not podcasts.
Books.
This is the podcast.
Books and available.
Just buy our book.
Buy our book.